Welcome back to the new video, guys. This is your friend Pep and you're watching Pepstories. In today's video, I'll be talking about the IHS fees, which is the Immigration Health Surcharge, and make sure you watch this video till the end, because in this video I'll be explaining you the total breakdown of what IHS fees actually is. So if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Also hit the bell icon and make sure you watch this video till the end. In today's video, let's talk about the Immigration Health Surcharge. The Immigration Health Surcharge, or IHS, is a fee demanded from majority of UK visa applicants. The IHS is on top of other Home Office immigration fees demanded by the UK Immigration Department. Also known as the NHS surcharge, it approximately adds £624 per year per person to the cost of a UK visa, or £470 per year for children, students and youth mobility visas. So you guys might be having a lot of questions about it. So let's go to the very first important question. Who has to pay the Immigration Health Surcharge? The IHS must be paid by most applicants and their dependents seeking permission to enter under the UK's domestic immigration rules. That is, those applying from outside the UK for a stay in UK for more than 6 months. Short-term visitors and fiancés visa applicants are therefore not required to pay. The majority of applicants for limited leave to remain, that is, those applying from inside the UK, also need to pay, even if less than 6 months of leave is sought. Applicants for indefinite leave to remain do not have to pay the Immigration Health Surcharge. Let's go to the second question. Who doesn't have to pay it? And their family members who are exercising free movement rights or making applications under the EEA regulations or the EU settlement scheme are exempted from paying it. This has changed for those coming to the UK from the start of 2021, when Brexit kicks in following a transition period. Now let's talk about the list of people who don't have to pay IHS fees. Firstly, diplomats or members of visiting armed forces who are not subjected to immigration control. Secondly, dependents of a member of the UK's armed forces. Thirdly, dependents of a member of another country's armed forces who is exempted from immigration control. Fourth, we have applicants for a visa for the Isle of Man or Channel Islands. Fifth, British Overseas Territory citizens resident in the Falkland Islands. Sixth, asylum seekers and applicants for humanitarian protection and their dependents. Seventh on the list, we have domestic workers who have been identified as victims of slavery or human trafficking. Eighth on the list, we have those applying for discretionary leave to remain in the UK as someone who has been identified as a victim of slavery or human trafficking and their dependents. Ninth, we have those applying for permission to remain as the victim of domestic abuse and their dependents. Last on the list, we have people claiming that being made to leave the UK would be against their rights under Article 3 of the European Convention on Human Rights and their dependents. Now let's see how much is the actual cost of Immigration Health Surcharge. According to the www.government.uk website, the current fee is £624 per year. This is set out in the Immigration Health Surcharge Amendment Order 2020 and is displayed on the government website. In most cases, you can calculate the IHS due for a particular visa application by multiplying the number of years of leave applied for £624. A spouse granted entry clearance from abroad will receive leave valid for 2 years and 9 months. This person will pay an IHS fees of approximately £1,872. This is calculated by rounding up the nearest half year, then multiplying by £624. 33 months rounds up to 3 years, and 3 multiplied by the annual fee of £624 comes to around £1,872. Spouse granted limited leave to remain in the UK will receive leave valid for 2 years and 6 months, that is 2.5 years. The person will pay an IHS fees of £1,560, that is 2.5 multiplied by £624. Students and those on the Youth Mobility Scheme benefit from a lower cost of £470 per year. It also applies for anyone who is aged under 18 years at the date of the application, irrespective of whether that person is the applicant or the dependent of the applicant. But I'll personally suggest you to calculate your IHS fees with the help of the link mentioned in the description. Personally, I had paid approximately £1,235 as my IHS fees for a 2-year student visa. So next go on to another important question. How do I pay? The IHS will be paid on the date of your visa application submission. With the move to mandatory online forms for the majority of immigration applications, the process of paying the IHS has been streamlined so that it is impossible to progress your application without first paying the IHS. That means until and unless you pay the IHS fees, your application for the visa won't be proceeded further. After you have finalized your application form, you will be taken to a page to pay the IHS and then taken back to your application to continue on to pay the application fee. You will need a credit or a debit card for this. It's not possible to pay by check or bank transfer, and cash is only accepted by those applying from North Korea. Another important question which people often have is, what is the legal basis for the Immigration Health Surcharge? So let me answer you. The IHS first came through the Immigration Health Charge Order 2015, a statutory instrument made under powers conferred by Selection 38 of Immigration Act 2014. The charges were £200 back then, which were applied to all eligible applications made on or after 6th April 2015. The order was updated in 2018, doubling the standard fee to around £400, and again in 2020 it reached £624. There is one more question which people often have in their minds. They feel immigration fees are already so high, then why has the IHS been added on to it? So the answer is, all lawful non-visitor migrants to the UK gain access to the National Health Service and medical treatment free at the point of use. The IHS was introduced to directly increase foreign migrants, contributing to the running cost of NHS by an estimated £200 million per year, which has obviously increased beyond the initial figures if we consider the year 2022. The government says that IHS income is shared between the health administrations in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Let me answer you the most interesting question now. So people often feel, if they have already paid for a private health insurance, do they still have to pay for the IHS? And the answer is yes, you still have to pay the IHS fees, regardless of whether or not you choose to take out private health insurance with another provider. Next question, if an application is refused, will the IHS be refunded? So the answer is yes. If an visa application is refused, the IHS is refunded automatically to the card from which it was paid. It can take around 6 weeks to get a refund. Sometimes if the refund has not arrived within 6 weeks, you can contact the Home Office about it. Refunds will however be placed on hold until any ongoing administrative review or appeal process is concluded. So the next question, and the very important one, when should we pay? If you are making your immigration application online, you pay the surcharge as part of your application or when you book an appointment. If you are applying by post, you pay the surcharge online before you send your application. You need to include the IHS reference number on your visa application form. Now let's talk about when can you start to use the NHS services, that is the National Health Services in the UK. You can start using NHS when you have paid the healthcare surcharge, that is the IHS fees, or you are exempted from it, or in the second case, when your visa or immigration application is granted. But you'll still need to pay for certain types of services such as prescriptions, dental treatment, eye tests and assisted conception. When you access healthcare in the UK, you may need to provide your biometric residence permit if you have one, and also prove your status online using a share code if you have a digital immigration status. So that was all for today's video, guys. I have added the link to IHS in the video description. Don't forget to check it out, and I hope that you found this video helpful. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. There are a lot of informational videos coming your way. Stay tuned. This was your friend Pep and you're watching Pep Stories.